Good day, learners! Welcome back here on my channel. This is me once again, Teacher Jinjin, your virtual teacher here on YouTube. Nandito ka sa Math TV PH, ang iyong kaagapay sa pag-aaral ng mathematics. Bago tayo magsimula, i-click muna ang subscribe button at notification bell para updated ka sa ating mga bagong math tutorials. Tara, aral tayo! In today's lesson, we are going to learn about linear inequalities in two variables, and by the end of this video, you will be able to identify linear inequalities, graph them correctly, and determine the region of solutions on the coordinate plane. So let's get started. First, let's define what a linear inequality in two variable is. A linear inequality in two variable is an inequality that can be written in one of the following forms. Ax plus by is less than c, or pwede ring ax plus by is less than or equal to c, or pwede ring ax plus by is greater than c, or ax plus by is greater than or equal to c. Where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both equal to 0. So, hindi pwedeng maging 0 ang A and B. Pag sinabing linear inequality in two variables, meron tayo dyang variable na x at merong variable na y. Meron kasi tayong tinatawag din na linear inequality in one variable at yun ay yung minsan x lang, minsan y lang. But dito, magkasama yung x and y. For example of a linear inequality in two variables is 4x minus y is greater than 1. Another one is x plus 5y is less than or equal to 9. Another one is 3x plus 7y is less than 2. 8x minus 3y is greater than or equal to 14. 2y is greater than x minus 5. So as you can see, hindi siya naka-standard form. But this is an example of linear inequality in two variables. Another one is y is less than or equal to 6x plus 11.
Always remember that if you see x and y together with an inequality sign, there's a good chance that you are dealing with linear inequality in two variables. Kaya kapag may equal sign yan, dun na magiging linear equation. Okay? So, pag inequalities dapat greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to lang ang kanyang symbols. Linear inequalities are not just mathematical expressions. They are actually used in real-life situations where there are limitations or conditions. So, certain situations in real life can be modeled by linear inequalities. For example, the total amount of 1 peso coins and 5 peso coins in the bag is more than 150 pesos. So, ang inequality model for this example is x plus 5y is greater than 150, na kung saan yung x is the number of 1 peso coins and y is the number of 5 peso coins. Nasaan na yung 1 peso? Nandito siya. Pero hindi na natin nilagay kasi it is automatically 1. Now, let's move on to graphing. So, the graph of linear inequality is not just a line. Instead, it represents all points whose coordinates satisfy the inequality. Ano nga ba itong graph na ito? It is the set of all points in the rectangular coordinate system whose ordered pairs satisfy the inequality. So, kailangan nasasatisfy niya yung inequality. Yung half plane naman na ma-encounter natin mamaya, it is the region that is divided when a line is graphed in the coordinate plane. At yung plane divider naman, ito yung line that separates the plane. In this example, meron tayo ditong rectangular coordinate system. So, magkakaroon dito ng linya. Okay? So, for example, dyan. So, yung half plane, pwedeng dito ang ma-shadean. Pwede dito. At yung plane divider natin ay pwedeng solid line or pwede ring dash line. So, the first step is very simple. Ang gagawin lang natin, replace the inequality symbol with an equal sign and the resulting equation becomes the plane divider. So, ang gagawin lang natin ay yung ating equation. For example, ito, y is greater than x plus 4, papalitan lang natin ng equal sign. The same as y is less than x minus 2, papalitan lang natin ito ng y is equal to x minus 2, and so on and so forth. Next is to graph the boundary line. But remember this important rule. If the inequality contains greater than or equal to, ito, ang gagamitin ninyong line ay solid line. Okay? So, use solid line if the original inequality contains greater than or equal to. So, the solid line indicates that all points on the line are part of the solution of the inequality. So, ibig sabihin nun, kasali lahat nung pati yung nasa line. At ang gagamitin naman kapag ang symbol ng inequality ay less than or ang gagamitin natin ay dash or broken line. So, it indicates that the coordinates of all points on the line are not part of the solution set of the inequality. So, this is the most common mistakes na ginagawa ng mga students. So, always check the inequality symbol first. Okay, so let's have a first example. We have y is greater than x plus 4. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito is to rewrite the inequality into an equation. So, magiging y is equal to x plus 4. And as you can see, it is in the form of slope-intercept form. Kaya pwede natin gamitin yung y-intercept na 4. And yung slope natin ay 1 kasi ang katabi ni x ay 1. Pero kapag may katabi yan na iba, yun ang magiging slope ninyo. Okay? So, for this example, ang y-intercept kasi is in the form of 0b. Kaya ang ating y-intercept is 0,4. And itong 0,4 na to, ipa-plot natin yan dito sa graph. Kaya ayan, eto siya. Okay? 0,4. And ang ating slope ay 1. Always remember, ang ating rise over run. Kapag ang ating rise ay positive, you always go up. Kapag naman negative, go down. Ang run naman natin is kapag positive, you go right. At kapag naman negative, you go to the left. Since ang ating slope ay 1, kaya go up ng isa, tapos to the right ng isang beses. And then, yun yung another point mo. Then, pwede mo na siyang idugtong. Since ang ginamit dito na inequality ay greater than, ang gagamitin natin ay dash line or broken lines. Okay, so yan yung line natin. Ang boundary line natin ay dito. Now, after natin ma-drawing yung boundary line, the next question is, which side of the line should we shade? Dito ba sa taas or dito sa baba? To answer that, we use what we call the test point method. So first, mamili kayo ng point na wala dun sa boundary line. So the easiest point is usually the origin. Itong 0, 0. Pwedeng yung nandito sa baba niya. Actually, pwede lahat yung mga nandito sa baba niya. Pwede rin yung mga nasa taas. But the easiest method or easiest point na pwede natin gamitin is the origin, which is 0, 0. As long it is not the part of the boundary line. Pero kung nasa boundary line siya, huwag nyo po yung gagamitin. Okay? Okay, substitute the value of 0, 0 into the inequality. Magiging 0 is greater than 0 kasi nga ang y natin is 0, ang x natin is 0 plus 4. Then, solve it. Magiging 0 is greater than 4. Is 0 greater than 4? Hindi, diba? So, that means it is false. Since hindi ito na-satisfy nung inequality, that means yung 0, 0 is not part of the solution. Kaya hindi natin isi-shade yung nandito sa part ni 0, 0 na test point natin. Instead, we will shade the region na opposite ng 0, 0. So, kung nasaan yung naging true, yung statement, doon natin i-shade. Pero kapag false siya, doon siya sa opposite side or opposite region. Next, let's have another example. Y is less than x minus 2. So, again, you're going to convert this into an equation. Magiging y is equal to x minus 2. And as you can see, it is also in the slope y-intercept form. So, ang magiging y-intercept natin dito ay 0, negative 2, and then ang ating slope ay 1. So, ang ating point ay 0, negative 2 dito, and ang slope natin is 1, or go up 1 unit pataas at 1 unit to the right. So, actually, meron din sanang point dito para pwede nyong gamitin yung inyong mga ruler. Next, we are going to draw a line. Since this is less than, that means ang gagamitin natin boundary line ay broken lines din. Next step is to test point. So, ang magiging test point ulit natin is yung 0, 0. That means, isubstitute lang natin dun sa inequality. So, magiging 0 is less than 0 minus 2. And then, 0 is less than negative 2. Next, determine if it is true or false. So, is 0 is less than negative 2? Hindi, diba? Kasi mas malaki si 0 kaysa kay negative 2. So, this is false statement. That means, hindi natin i-shade kung nasaan part si 0, 0. Ang i-shade natin ay dito sa baba. Okay? Pero kapag nag-true po yan, ang i-shade nyong part ay kung nasaan yung test point ninyo. Another example, we have y is greater than or equal to negative x plus 3. First, we need to convert it to quadratic equation. Magiging y is equal to negative x plus 3. And then, ang ating y-intercept, that would be 0, 3. So, ang ating point ay nasa 0, 3. Ito. Then, ang ating slope ay negative 1 kasi may negative yung x. That means, negative 1 over 1 kasi yan. 1 unit pababa and 1 unit to the right. Kasi positive naman yung ating run. So, ang magiging point natin ay dito. Then, pagdugtungin na natin, since the inequality is greater than or equal to, it is a solid line. Pag-test na tayo ng point, gamitin ulit natin yung 0, 0. Then, substitute na natin doon sa inequality. Magiging 0 is greater than or equal to negative 0 plus 3. So, 0 is greater than or equal to 3. Is it true or false? False pa rin. Okay? That means, hindi natin i-shade kung nasaan yung test point na 0, 0. Ang i-shade natin na part is this part. So, that is how you graph the linear equations into variables. Another one, example is y is less than or equal to negative x minus 5. Convert into quadratic equation, magiging y is equal to negative x minus 5. Y-intercept ay 0, negative 5. Kaya ang ating point ay nandito sa 0, negative 5. Since ang slope natin is negative 1, that means meron ding 1 yan. 1 unit down, pababa, and 1 unit to the right kasi positive 1 naman yon. So, ang ating point ay nandito. Since ang ating inequality ay less than or equal to, ang gagamitin natin na line ay solid line. And then, mag-test tayo ng point. Gamitin ulit natin yung 0, 0. So, magiging 0 is less than or equal to negative 0 minus 5. And 0 is less than or equal to negative 5. Is it true or false? It is false kasi mas malaki si 0 kaysa kay negative 5. That means hindi natin i-shade yung part na to. Ang i-shade natin ay yung nandito sa part na to. Okay? So, for example lang, ang nagamit natin na test point, para maintindihan po natin, yung mag-test tayo ng point dito, which is negative 5 and negative 6. Itong point na to. Negative 5, negative 6. Let's use negative 5, negative 6 para makita natin kung true ba siya. So, negative 6 is less than or equal to negative times negative 5 minus 5. That is equal to negative 6 is less than or equal to 5 minus 5. Kasi negative times negative 5 is positive 5. Kaya, magiging negative 6 is less than or equal to 0. As you can see, negative 6 is less than or equal to 0. Kaya, ang ating shaded part ay dito sa part na ito. If you found this lesson helpful, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click the notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload new mathematics lesson. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to discuss next, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching. This is Teacher Jinjin, reminding you that mathematics is not difficult. It just takes patience, practice, and perseverance. See you in the next lesson. God bless and keep learning.